guidelines, saying that potential travelers who have been fully vaccinated can now travel safely in the United States. Then, a program in Jackson County is making an impact by providing breakfast and lunch to children during the summer. Later, UGA is hosting a virtual street fair, showcasing the different cultures at UGA and in the Athens community. All this and more coming up on Grady Newsource.
This is Northeast Georgia's only local source for TV news. From the Grady College at the University of Georgia, this is Grady Newsource.
Good evening, I'm Willie Danley, and welcome to tonight's Grady Newsource. Oconee County residents, it's time for you to register for your shot of the COVID-19 vaccine. Thanks to the University Cancer and Blood Center, you could be one of 800 getting vaccinated for free. Grady Newsource reporter Lauren Swenson finds out how.
Our goal is to get shots in as many arms as possible. We want anyone who wants the vaccine, they have access to the vaccine.
Oconee County will hold the community's first mass vaccination event at the Oconee County Civic Center here behind me on Saturday, April 17th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. The plan is to vaccinate 50 people every 15 minutes, meaning that 800 Oconee County residents can leave with dose 1 of their Pfizer vaccine that Saturday. All you have to do is register for the event, which you can begin doing at 9 a.m. this Wednesday, April 7th. You should visit the City of Watkinsville link to register, and those without internet access can call the number 706-769-5161 to schedule their appointment. The University Cancer and Blood Center is partnering with the city for the event and will be administering the vaccinations.
The volunteer aspect of this is so huge. Because we're a small practice, not everyone can work these clinics. So the volunteer and the community effort for this has been huge, and we can't put enough emphasis on that.
What about my second dose? Those who register for the event will be sent an email following their first dose with details on when and where they will receive their second. A hint? It'll be the same time and same place as the first, just 3 weeks later on Saturday, May the 8th. Lauren Swenson, Grady Newsource.
Data from the Georgia Department of Public Health shows that more than 5 million COVID-19 vaccinations have been allocated to Georgians. But how many have been distributed to Northeast Georgia? Grady Newsource reporter Jared Eggleston has a look.
It's the hottest thing on the market, the COVID-19 vaccine. And while supply is limited, over 5 million vaccines have been allocated to providers across Georgia, 140,000 of those right here in Northeast Georgia. University Cancer and Blood Center is one of the local providers. They have been allocated nearly 10,000 shots, the fourth largest in our area.
We just submit an order weekly, and they keep track with how many vaccines we've ordered and ship them based on availability.
The clinic is not only ensuring their patients are protected, but also that their caregivers and other community members are able to get their shot.
And we've done a number of different community vaccination sites for a total of, a little over 9,000 doses.
The only hurdle for the clinic? Space. But they think they have the solution for that.
We have a drive-through clinic coming up where patients don't even have to get out of the car. They come in, they drive through, we give them all their paperwork, we vaccinate them, and they hang out with us for their observation period, and then they're on their way.
So who has received the most doses in our area? Data from the Department of Public Health shows us that Clark County Health Department has gotten the largest allocation, followed by Piedmont Athens Regional Hospital, Jackson County Health Department, University Blood and Cancer Center, and the University of Georgia Health Center. When it comes to what type of vaccine they've received, counties have mostly received the Moderna shot, followed by Pfizer and Johnson & Johnson. And if you are still looking for a shot, UCBC says to keep an eye on their website. That's universitycancer.org, as they will be posting more vaccine clinics on their website there. And if you would like to look and see which pharmacies and doctors' offices have been allocated shots, you can have a look at that over on our website. That's Grady Newsource. For now, though, in Athens, I'm Jared Eggleston, Grady News.
The Madison Oglethorpe Animal Shelter is working to curb the growth of local feral cat colonies through its partnership with the University of Georgia's College of Veterinary Medicine. Grady Newsource reporter KG Fudit explains how the program benefits students, feral cats, and their caretakers.
And a lot of people believe that oh, there's an outside cat, I want to feed it. And then they kind of develop the problem because once one cat shows up, they all start coming, and then they all are in close proximity and can reproduce.
But when all the cats start showing up and a colony grows out of control, what's the solution? Concerns surrounding feral cats include the spread of disease and the destruction of bird populations. But the Madison Oglethorpe Animal Shelter has an answer. Earlier this year, the MOAS shelter expanded an existing unpaid teaching program for UGA vet students to include spay and neuter surgeries for feral cats. It's a win-win scenario. The program provides students with necessary surgical skills and experience for graduation, and it also gives feral cat caretakers access to reduced and even free surgeries, which helps keep population numbers down. Shelter Director Andrew Kitchens said the program has made a big impact because UGA vet students who participate in the program are able to spay and neuter upwards of 70 cats a week. Even though MOAS absorbs the surgical costs, trap-neuter release programs like these ultimately save shelters money. This is because feral colonies eventually become too overwhelming for shelters to deal with, financially and physically. Kitchens said the shelter's vet students perform spay and neuter surgeries for feral cat colonies at no charge if the cats are returned to where they were found. For local feral cat advocates, this is a big deal. Kelly Bettinger is a wildlife biologist at UGA and the founder of Cat Zip Alliance. She works to protect feral cats around Athens, and she recently trapped a colony of 24 cats that the MOAS shelter then spayed and neutered for free.
It's just one more way we can open up what we do, because the person who's feeding the huge colony that I trapped could never have afforded to spay and neuter all those cats.
The alternative to trap-neuter release programs is trap and kill, which Bettinger said doesn't work because cat caretakers simply don't allow it.
It's a problem that a lot of my fellow wildlife biologists have tried to treat like a true wildlife issue, but they're ignoring the human component of this problem, the caregivers, the people that value these cats, care about the cats, and take care of them.
Anyone interested in bringing in cats from their community can contact the MOAS shelter by phone or email. They can also reach out to Cat Zip Alliance for help with trapping. This is Katie Fugit for Grady Newsource.
If you're fully vaccinated, domestic travel in the U.S. might have gotten a bit easier. Grady Newsource reporter Arena Plunkett updates us on the CDC's new guidance.
Native Americans can now enjoy.
That's because the CDC recently updated its travel guidance to allow vaccinated Americans to travel safely within the country.
That's good news to potential traveler Kaylin Morris.
Now, I feel like I do have some level of protection when going out, so I do feel more comfortable than I did before when the vaccine wasn't readily available.
Still, there are small caveats to the CDC's guidance, most notably for international travel. Fully vaccinated people can travel without a COVID-19 test unless required by the international destination, and vaccinated travelers do not need to quarantine after returning to the U.S. unless required by state or local jurisdiction. Also, travelers must present a negative COVID-19 test before leaving the U.S. and must get tested 3 to 5 days after international travel, and continue to take COVID-19 precautions seriously domestically and internationally. Still, to Dr. James Rogan, he doesn't recommend it.
The community response has shown us to be still irresponsible in what we're doing. I would say, hopefully that you go into an environment where everybody's practicing social distancing, wearing a mask, but non-essential travel like spring break, no, I don't recommend it.
Despite the good news for those seeking to jet set off, the CDC is urging people to wear a mask, wash your hands, and to avoid crowds, especially if you come in contact with a household that has been unvaccinated. Taking off from Athens-Benz Epps Airport, Irena Plunkett.
After the break, summer is right around the corner. We take a look at what that means for meals for Jackson County students.
There's a lot of fear in coming back to school. I'm a 40-year-old man that walked in there to get his high school diploma. It was very hard for me, but one of the teachers was Miss Araceli. She gave me direction. Every single time I had a question, she'll put down whatever she's doing and she'll sit there with you until you get it. 50% of getting your high school diploma is walking through those doors. The other 50% is doing the work.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Is your family in need of more quality time together?
Hello. I'm Dr. Spruce. Nature is best enjoyed together. So bring the whole family to discover all the bonding and stress-reducing benefits parks and forests have to offer. Visit discovertheforest.org and trade in phone time for family time.
Birds, squirrels, chipmunks, grass, worms, bugs, trees, rocks, and other objects in nature cannot talk. If you'd like to have a conversation while visiting nature, you will need to bring humans along. We strongly recommend starting with your family.
Na 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 na, I love you so. I love you, I love you. La 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 la, la 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 la.
We're here.
Yay!
It's a short drive from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
Soon, schools will be out for summer. Though classes take a break, the school meal program will continue for Jackson County students. Grady Newsource reporter Jessica Green takes a look into how the Seamless Summer Feeding Program works.
They were distributing meals yesterday, and a first grader said, "Is this for me? Just for me? You guys do the best work around here."
Summer break means no classes, camps, and maybe even vacation. But thanks to the Seamless Summer Feeding Program, it doesn't have to mean missing meals for Jackson County students. Since summer 2012, this program has delivered meals to the community 5 days a week. Director of Nutrition Deborah Morris says that this year has a different feel to it.
But last summer and going into this year, it was a totally different feel. When we started our emergency feeding, and to look back to see those lines of cars that were lined up to come through to get the meal packages that we had available, it was an epiphany. It was something that I had never experienced before.
Morris says one major challenge to the program this year is having enough staff.
So my staff is tired. And they're tired, and they're all looking forward to summer. So when it came out to start putting out the survey, is there anybody looking to work this summer? It was crickets.
Janine Delane works with food assistance programs for UGA and surrounding areas. She says one of the biggest challenges for programs like this are accessibility and transportation. The Seamless Summer Feeding Program, however, combated that issue by using school buses to deliver meals to communities.
We're just not just giving, people the leftover food or the low quality food. Trying to make sure not only are we putting something in the bellies of the children and families, but also putting something of good quality.
Delane says another way to get healthy food at a lower cost is to use government assistance cards at the local farmers market to double your dollar. Morris says on the menu this summer will be fresh fruits, vegetables, and other treats for breakfast and lunch. Grady Newsource, Jessica Green.
Tonight, for the second time in UGA history, the University of Georgia Student Government Association's inauguration will take place virtually. Grady Newsource reporter Jessica Thornton has more on the incoming tickets plans.
The inauguration will take place tonight over Zoom from 6 to 7. The Belong Ticket 1 and the following students will serve as the 2021-2022 SGA leaders: President Carter Marks, Vice President Jasmine Gresham, and Treasurer Shelley Shumar.
It has been a long, crazy year with everything that's been going on. And the new ticket is super awesome. There were a lot of great ideas coming, and I think it's just going to be great. It's like I've been in SGA for 4 years, so all my years here. And so tonight is my last night, and I'm excited to pass it on to some fresh new faces.
The Belong Ticket will be inaugurated tonight for the 2021-2022 year. In their mission statement, they state that they want to collaborate with, advocate for, and amplify UGA's student body. Their platform includes promoting safety on campus through the Live Safe app, working on a more comprehensive diversity, equity, and inclusion model, and encouraging a workshop series for Panhellenic and IFC.
I don't even know what I want to do first. There's so many things, and like I think the sophomore series, I think it's going to be a slow process, but I think that's going to be our first thing that we really are going to be putting in act. But I want to go back and like emphasize the fact that the first thing I want to do is be like, hey, my DMs are open, my phone, my text message, whatever, you can text me whenever, you can ask me anything. And like I think that's the thing that I'm most excited for people to like actually feel like they have a voice on this campus. Because I think that we just have we have a very strong position here, and I think that like other students should have a role in that voice as well, because it's not just me. I represent me, Carter, or Jasmine. We all represent the whole student body, and I want to make sure that we are representing everyone.
Will be the second inauguration over Zoom due to COVID-19 guidelines. They did not want to limit the number of people allowed to attend, so decided having the inauguration over Zoom would allow all people to tune in and watch while remaining safe. You can watch the event live tonight on the SGA student Facebook page.
Tonight, the Madison County Board of Commissioners will discuss placing a 1% sales tax to fund county projects on the November ballot. The board could introduce a 1-cent transportation special purpose local option sales tax. This 1% would be delegated entirely to improve Madison County's roads. This tax would also be designated to conduct paving projects at a faster pace. The board will have to vote to approve the referendum. The American Red Cross will be holding 2 blood drives at UGA this week. The first will be on Wednesday, April 7th at the UGA Christian Campus Fellowship from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. There will be another blood drive the following day, Thursday, April 8th, at Memorial Hall from 11:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. The Red Cross is in need of all blood types, and each blood donation will test your blood, plasma, and platelets for COVID-19 antibodies. These antibodies are essential to help COVID-19 patients hospitalized who need convalescent plasma transfusion. If you want to learn more or sign up for the local blood drive, visit redcross.org. Northeast Georgia will be starting off with sunny weather and see a shift later in the week. Jayla Johnson joins us after the break with the weather report.
Are your children in the right car seat for their age and size? Is the seat supposed to be forward-facing or rear-facing? Did they move to a booster seat too soon? It may be too late to check when you're on the road. Fortunately, you're on the couch. Car crashes are a leading killer of children 1 to 13. Don't think you know. Know you know.
I'm a single mother, and I was the main one working, so I never thought that I could go back to school, you know? My sister, my mother, everybody wanted to help me with my kids. I could not have gotten my diploma without my family.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
It's a beautiful day out here. Sunny today with light breezes, giving way to clouds in the afternoon. We could see some light precipitation to moderate precipitation later on, followed by powerful storm-like conditions. 90 miles per hour winds are expected. Authorities are asking everyone, stay indoors. Come on, that's it. Let's go.
And now, the weather.
As students and community members are returning from Easter egg hunts and family dinners this weekend, we can expect a split week of weather coming soon.
Today, we are continuing the bright and sunny skies from this weekend. There will be a high of 78 degrees and a drop tonight to 49 degrees. As we look at our upcoming weather for the week here in Northeast Georgia, there will be warm temperatures in the high 70s to low 80s tomorrow and Wednesday. Thursday and Friday will bring a different story. We are expected to have thunderstorms throughout these days, and temperatures will be in the mid to high 70s. Make sure you grab those rain essentials such as your rain jacket, rain boots, and umbrella. As we are preparing for the rain, we are expected to see higher pollen counts this week. The Mayo Clinic suggests taking allergy medications before your symptoms start, closing doors and windows at night, and avoiding outdoor activity early in the morning. Enjoy the beautiful weather for the next 3 days before we see that expected shift later on in the week. This has been Jayla Johnson with your Grady Newsource weather.
After the break, see how one basketball shot broke the internet as March Madness comes to a close.
Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding. Why did the girl ask the mushroom to dance? Because he was a fun guy. What do you call a pig that knows karate? Pork chop. So how does a tissue dance? Put a little boogie on it.
Hamilton was adopted from a rescue in 2008. He really likes to be around people. And as soon as I start to make my breakfast, Hamilton is right there. I get out my mat and I'm doing a downward dog and he's underneath. He's quite the pug about town. He gets invited to a lot of parties. He knows he's a pretty big deal. I mean, look at this little face. How could you not love him?
Now, sports.
Tonight, a champion will be crowned. The number 1 seed Baylor Bears will face off against the number 1 overall seed Gonzaga Bulldogs as the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship is tonight at 9:20. The Baylor Bears beat Houston 78-59 in their Final Four matchup, while the Gonzaga Bulldogs had a much closer game. They were able to beat UCLA in overtime at a buzzer beater by their freshman guard Jalen Suggs. He pulled up from just inside half court to win the game for the Gonzaga Bulldogs. His shot looked a little something like this. Major League Baseball announced this past weekend that the 2021 MLB All-Star Game will no longer be in Atlanta, Georgia. The decision comes after Georgia Governor Brian Kemp signed the restrictive controversial voting bill into law. Now, Robert Manfred, the MLB commissioner, said in a statement that I quote, "The Major League Baseball fundamentally supports voting rights for all Americans and is openly against restrictive voter ballot boxes." Atlanta Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms said in a press release that this is the first of many dominoes that will fall if this bill is not retracted. We'll see over the next coming days if any more major events decide to pull out of Atlanta, Georgia. UGA made history this past weekend, but not in the way that they wanted to. UGA's baseball team lost 2 of their 3 games this past weekend to South Carolina. They picked up the win on Friday, but then they lost to South Carolina back-to-back on Saturday and Sunday. This marks the first time in the past 7 matchups between the 2 teams that South Carolina took the series. Now they have the day off today, but tomorrow UGA is back in action right here at Foley Field against Georgia Southern. I'm Zach Miles with Sports Today. Back to you, Willie.
When we come back, we'll look at a festival UGA is hosting to expand knowledge about different cultures around the world.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm from Blue Hill Stone Barns. We brought a meal for you, and I'm here to serve it to you.
Okay, great. Come in.
Zucchini carbonara, made from zucchini that was harvested earlier this morning.
Again? Hey, Dan Barber.
You have room for a little bit more?
Come on in.
Bruschettes with sausage. So when we made that zucchini carbonara, you know, they're the end pieces of the zucchini, and then the cores that we cut away, not to mention zucchini flour. Usually those get thrown out. We use them to create an entire second dish. Does that,
Again?
I'm here to bring you your third course. It's the vines from your zucchini.
We'll have a little zucchini stem pasta. A different experience of zucchini. When we start to think differently about our food, we can get a lot more out of it.
This is delicious.
What do you think we can make out of this? 40% of food in America is never eaten. Cook it, store it, share it. Visit SaveTheFood.com.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation.
America, let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer for Meals on Wheels by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
Laughing too hard at one of your colleagues' jokes at the office party? He's not even funny. Warning sign. Those drinks are probably going to your head. Probably okay isn't okay when it comes to drinking and driving.
They call me MAXIE, but I prefer tripod. I was your above-average four-legged homie, and then wham-bam minivan. Some people pity me. Now that's lame. I still run, fetch, and swim. And the ladies love me. I'm the ultimate wingman. Just don't ask me to high-five.
This week, the International Street Festival will be taking place via Zoom due to COVID-19. Grady Newsource reporter Kelly Venegas has more on how to get involved.
Led by International Student Life, the University of Georgia will be hosting the International Street Festival to bring people together digitally to learn and celebrate different cultures from around the world. Student leaders and organizations have gathered and created different content that will be both pre-recorded and live. Pre-recorded material consists of cooking demonstrations, dance performances, craft tutorials, and more. This can all be found on the ISF website. ISL Programming Coordinator Sarah Ware said that the turnout has been around 3,000 to 5,000 people every year.
We do know that because engagement looks just so different this year in the virtual sphere, but we've tried to build in some creative ways for people to engage virtually and digitally this week.
Live events will be on Wednesday and Friday via Zoom. All the links to register are on the main page on the ISL website. On Wednesday, the Work and Wine Dance class with the Caribbean Student Association will be at 5:30 p.m. and limited to 100 people. The Street Fest was created in 1999 and has been an annual tradition ever since. It is typically located in the heart of downtown Athens. This festival is not just for students. Everyone who is a part of the Athens community is welcome to join and enjoy the content provided on the website.
By people engaging with this content and also getting out in the community, we're hoping that people will develop a deeper cultural awareness and appreciation for the various cultures that are present here in the UGA and the Athens communities.
For more information, follow ISL on social media for daily updates, featured programs, challenges, and opportunities to win prizes. Grady Newsource, Kelly Venegas.
Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Willie Danley.
Grady Newsource is a student production of the Grady College of Journalism and Mass Communication at the University of Georgia, which is solely responsible for its contents. Views expressed do not represent those of the administration nor the Board of Regents at the University System of Georgia.
What to expect when you're expecting
Like here.
a teenager.
Today, I'm going to show you how to teen-proof your home. First step, hide the car keys, preferably somewhere they would never look. Challenges will come up. Be ready for them. Hi, honey.
I'm ready for them. Mom, you don't use mannequins in the mannequin challenge.
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.